I believe we are. All right, folks. I think we are finally back. Thank goodness. And I'm sorry. I apologize for the delay. We were having an issue. Blog Talk Radio had a server issue. We had them reset our show, and I didn't realize my intro music was going to start playing. So if you're just joining us, you've missed nothing. Trust me. We had a little bit of a technical issue in the beginning, and even Blaire, our guest, could not call in. We tried to call him, couldn't call out, and used my personal cell to try to call the studio, couldn't get through. Anyway, we are going to get him on the line now, but tonight we are just so excited to welcome Blaire Hanks to our show. We're going to try to get him now.
Hello?
Hello, Blaire. This is Dawn with Rockin' Country Radio. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Well, I'm better now that I know we're live officially, and I can talk to you on the air and all is well. And I apologize for that. It was a glitch on the Blog Talk end, and we got it all straight. So thank you for bearing with us.
Good deal. I was actually in the middle of messaging you back, telling you not a big deal, ain't nothing but a thing.
You know, that's you can never predict how it's going to go down on live radio. It's kind of like a live show. Sometimes things just kind of happen out of the blue that you don't expect, right?
Every day for me. I feel you.
Every day indeed. Well, how are you tonight?
I'm just fine. How are y'all? Thank y'all for having me.
You know, I was telling the listeners the first time I thought we were on the air that ever since I came across you, I have totally been a fan of your music. I love the song "Staying In." We've been playing the heck out of it here on our show, and it's in rotation on our radio station as well. But man, you've gotten some great reviews on that song, and it's really doing very well. So congratulations to you.
Thank you so much. Yeah, that was one we definitely favored coming out of the studio with it. That was definitely our strongest one. Personally, mine was probably, Love Like That. But everyone really took to Staying in the Night. So I was like, let's try to go out with that one to radio, see how it does. And fans really are digging it. I get tweets every day. People tell me they love it. So it's really cool.
Yeah, it's very understandable. It's a great song, and I was telling the listeners, or at least I hope they heard me, but if not, I'm going to repeat it now. If people go to your website, they can actually download this song that I absolutely love, "Summertime Beat," which is obviously a great summer anthem. And I was trying to play it a moment ago while I was trying to get you on the line, and it wouldn't play, obviously, because we were having these problems. But, man, that's a great song, too. I mean, you really have a knack for songwriting that I think is half the battle won in the world of country music, because there's so many great songs out there, and you've got what it takes, and you're so relevant to the type of country music that is so popular right now.
Thank you. Yeah. One thing we like to do, it's just like that Summertime Beat, is, we like playing with loops and poppy sounds, and that was something with me growing up. I didn't always just listen to country. I grew, I listened to, rap, pop, rock, reggae, everything. So I think that kind of collaboratively, influenced me to do all kinds of different things with my music and sounds. And, when we come out with our album, we have probably like 3 or 4 songs, I think, that I actually even rap in a little bit. So it's really different, and it's very new. And I was nervous going that deep with the pop stuff, but it actually turned out really well. People are really digging it. So.
Well, I was just listening actually to Bobby Bones this morning, and he was talking about how, music now, country music especially, is kind of the one-size-fits-all kind of music, and I tend to agree with him wholeheartedly, because it's got a little bit of everything. You've got your pop, your R&B, your hip-hop, your rap, and, of course, your good old country. And all of it, you would think, all of those genres combined would not work, but for the way country music is right now and the appeal that it has to a younger audience, it does work. And it's drawing in fans from all different genres of music that otherwise would have never given country music a second look, which I think is just awesome.
Yeah, that's exactly how I feel. Everyone always asks me, what do you think country music's going to, or, what do you think this is what people want? And I always tell everybody, the fans don't necessarily know what they want, I don't think, until they actually hear a song. And it makes them, want to roll the windows down. It makes them want to go out and have a good time. And, that's how it is for me personally. I don't care about the whole, it's not country, or, it's, you don't have this sound. For me, I listen to anything if it just makes you feel good. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, and really, country music has always had this way of doing that. But right now, it is really doing that like no other genre of music can, because like I said, it really has. It's the go-to music for any type of music fan. It doesn't matter what kind of fan you are. Country has just got something for everybody. And yeah, I'm like you. I love to get in my car and just roll the window down, crank it up, and just sing at the top of my lungs to any and everything that's on. And fortunately for country music right now, I don't have to go flipping channels. I just keep it locked in, so that's a great thing. Well, I have to tell you that I was also telling the listeners, and I'm going to say this again because I don't know if they heard it the first time around, but when you moved to Nashville, I mean, you kind of pulled up stops from your native Florida and decided, if I'm going to make it in this biz, I've got to get to Florida, to Nashville, and you kind of landed there in Nashville at the tender age of, 18, 19 years old?
I did, yeah. I was fresh meat here. I was young.
Was that, coming from a small town in Florida, was that kind of a culture shock to you when you got to Nashville? Because I know it's so big and there's so many places, you can play music. I mean, was it just overwhelming at first?
It took some getting used to. I think what helped is, a couple of years previous to me moving up here, I was traveling up here a little bit more. I'd have something come up, a cool writing session, studio or whatever, and I'd tell my dad, Dad, right up there with me. And so I was kind of getting a little comfortable with it, from traveling up. And then when I finally told him, I was like, I got to make the move. I'm ready to do this. It was easier on me rather than just coming straight up here, not knowing anybody, which I only knew like a couple people. Actually, I live with a guy named Michael Huffman. He's an old songwriter. He wrote, Tight Fitting Jeans for Conway Twitty, and he's had some hits, but he was like the only guy that actually knew really well up here, and he let me live in his garage apartment until I could really get on my feet, and just started writing, and actually I got a job over at Bass Pro Shops in Opry Mills, and I was behind the gun counter there, and I still am sometimes. When things are slow with music and I'm in town for a little bit, I'll go and work some days over there. So it's still my day job. And,
but you know what? The way your music is growing in popularity, Blaire, I'm telling you, you're not going to have that day job much longer. It is right now. It's for the here and now, but it's for the here and now only. You are such an incredible songwriter. As a matter of fact, I was telling the listeners earlier that when you got to Nashville, you made a connection with singer-songwriter Johnny T. And I didn't know this till I started learning more about you as a musician, a songwriter, that you were kind of the brains collaboration behind the song Buzzin'. And that is, to me, the summer anthem among all the indie artists. I mean, there's so many great summer country songs out there right now, but Buzzin' is incredible. And, man, major kudos to you on that. That is an awesome song. How in the world did you keep, John, how did you not keep that song for yourself?
It was, I did want to, I'm not going to lie. And actually, I had even cut it. I cut my own version of it and ended it up. I didn't put it on the EP. And we actually decided the other day not to even put it on the album because, that's Johnny really did that song really well. And, that was my first cut in Nashville. And Johnny T, like I said, he's shooting straight for the top. and he's been a great guy to me. And also he cut "Show You Off," which was my single. He wrote "Show You Off" with me, and we kind of just sat at the table. I was like, all right, I want one of these as a single. And he's like, I want one of them. I was like, well, kind of like, let's pick here, you know. And he's like, I'll take Buzzin', you take "Show You Off." And so I think he'll have "Show You Off" on his album. I'm not sure. But, yeah, Buzzin' did really well. And I know it's being played on Next in the Highway, which is really awesome. I got to hear it for the first time. I was headed down to Key West a few weeks ago, and I was with my dad in his truck, and we heard it come on, and I was like, that is awesome.
You know, and the thing about it is we have been, I guess, those Sirius XM highway people are probably going, gosh, rock and country radio just needs to leave us alone. We've been bugging those guys to death because they're playing all this great, you know, music by all these artists like Johnny T, and, you know, they're doing the highway finds, and they're moving them up the ladder. And I'm telling you, the fans are really behind you artists, and they're highly responsible for getting these songs onto Sirius. And I tell you, once you get on there, man, it's kind of like you coast along on the mainstream radio, because, you know, mainstream radio, they have no choice but to add it because Sirius is blowing them out of the water with this new stuff. And they won't even touch it unless, you know, it's this or that. And they're doing a huge disservice to artists like you and Johnny T and all these new artists out there that the fans absolutely love. So I hope they get a clue soon, because they're missing out right now. And, you know, so, yeah, that's a huge thing. But, you know, Johnny's going straight to the top, but I see you going, you're right, you're not far behind him. I mean, your music is so good, and I absolutely just love the way you write songs. I love the way it flows. I love the beat, the sound. I mean, it's just kind of like everything you put into a song is kind of like the whole package. It just fits, and it works for now, but you know, I think it's going to still work. You know, next summer, some of these like the summertime song that you have out, it's one of those songs that people will go to again and again and again to make it part of their summer music collection. And then in between, you know, when we're all freezing next winter, we're going to be pulling out these summer anthems, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So talk a little bit about, I mean, you just released your EP in May, which congratulations, and it's doing very well so far. Talk about some of the feedback that you've gotten on that so far.
It actually has done better than I had expected. Like, it actually has done a lot better than I was even hoping it would do. Not having such a huge fan base, I mean, it's definitely grown in the last couple months, you know, faster than I could have even imagined. I mean, because we didn't really kick this thing into gear full force till about January. So, I mean, I was doing the artist thing, but I was mainly writing. That was mainly my thing. And I told my band, my producer, my boys, everybody, my whole team, I was like, I really think we need to do this and cut a single, cut an EP, and try to kick this artist thing into gear. And so that's what we did. We come out, Show You Off in this EP, you know, and it's so cool to watch it grow along with the social media. You know, I remember in January I had like barely 1,000 followers, and I'm up to 16K now. Mm-hmm. And it's just, it's blown my mind. And
I tell you,
I cannot.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I was just saying I can't wait to release this album, because I think we're gonna have like 12. I think we got 12 songs to be on the album, and it is all upbeat, awesome stuff. I don't know if you know, Bubba Sparks gonna be rapping on one of my songs with me. So.
Oh man, how cool is that? And you know, Bubba is really, you know, he's a rapper. But these rappers who have made the choice and the decision to get in on this country movement is probably one of the smartest business moves and music moves they'll ever make, because country is the oldest standing music around genre. It goes way back, and it's you know you know, to me, it's where a lot of different genres of music derived from, and anybody that is getting in on it, especially rappers, I think it's just a brilliant move on their part, and he is so popular, and to have him on one of your songs is going to be a huge deal. I have you know.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. Actually, I was texting him the other day, and he told me, he's like, "Man, get me that song as soon as you can. I'll put a rap to it." And I think, I mean, we're trying to have a bunch of features on the album, not just Bubba Sparks. I'm pretty sure Johnny T's going to be on one with me. My buddy Ricky Young, another friend of mine, Gabby Mooney, which is Shay's sister from Dan and Shay. Just like I said, I noticed like in the pop industry, a lot of their albums always have a bunch of features on. I was like, man, that'd be really cool to try to do on a country album, just have a bunch of features. And I mean, I can only imagine that would grow faster, having everybody else's fans seeing it too, and it kind of just showing that country music isn't just, all about, me. It's like a team of people, you know what I mean? Like it's a team of artists that actually make it and appreciate each other's music. So.
Yeah, undoubtedly. That is the one thing that I've noticed, especially this era of country music. It is nothing. You've got the Luke Bryans and the Florida Georgia Lines out there, and they're collaborating on songs. And then you've got, Chase Rice, Colt Ford collaborating. I mean, you guys, you and Johnny T, and it really is a great camaraderie. And the magic of that, I think, being also a radio person but also a fan of country music, this is a real treat for fans to be able to see their favorites coming together to make songs and putting songs out. I mean, that's kind of like the best of both worlds for music fans and artists, I would think, collectively. So it's I really think, like you say, it's also drawing in fans that are fans of other artists, drawing them to your music, and they can kind of check out what you're all about. And then that, that kind of just grows it exponentially,
Absolutely. And I'm super excited. If it wasn't for the fans, like I said, I wouldn't be doing any of this. And I try to be that artist that also stays in contact with my fans on Twitter, stays, I like to communicate with all my fans as many as I can. I'll stay up, all hours of the night, tweeting and messaging. I love it. So many people ask, do you get tired of that? Do you get tired of 200 Snapchats a day? And honestly, I'm like, no, because if it wasn't for these people, I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing. So it's just awesome to know it's appreciated by so many people, and even you guys. I mean, I can't thank y'all enough. It's overwhelming for sure.
Well, we are glad to do it, and quite frankly, I mean, we put the best of the best talent. We play the best of the best music on our show. We really try to, not just pick what's out there already. We try to really find the untapped talent that is on the cusp of being the next household name. And my friend, you fit it. And so we will promote it till the day is long. I mean, that's just how we are. And, it was a no-brainer. The first time I heard your music, I was like, God, I got to get this guy on our show. I mean, you have to be heard because you're that talented. And I imagine that it is overwhelming because as you start to gain that momentum, eventually you're going to have so many followers, though, Blaire. You're absolutely not going to be able to interact with every single one of them. But it's going to be cool. I was talking to someone recently, and they actually carve out one night a week, a set day time for a couple hours, and they just have interaction with their fans on social media. And I think primarily it's just Twitter right now. But I thought, how cool is that you guys take that time, and the fans are helping you, but also I imagine they keep you pretty motivated to keep doing what you already love.
Absolutely. Yeah, every tweet, that I get, whether it's love your music, whether it's somebody new that, has found me and downloading it, I mean, it's all just, every time I see it, just makes me almost like want to go keep, write another song and keep putting out new stuff, That's just how I am. I'm like super anxious every day. I've probably called my producer seven times a day. I was like, man, I can't wait to hear this track. So I actually just got a track today that I'm gonna be going and doing vocals on soon. Brand new track that I'm like so excited to like put out. And this whole album, it's gonna be awesome, and I cannot wait for everybody to hear it. So,
that's incredible.
Man.
Yeah, and speaking of that, when you're songwriting, I mean, how does that happen for you? Because I know every artist has a different style and way that they go about it. But is that something that kind of comes in spurts, or you're riding down the road and a melody comes in your head? How does it work for you?
There's so many different ways. It is something that comes and goes. Sometimes I'm in a funk, and everybody's, all my friends are texting me, yeah, that's right. And I'm just like, I'm not feeling it, fellas. But then there's other times where I'm like, you know, in 1 week I can knock out 4 songs, and it you know, sometimes I start with a melody. Sometimes I'll just, you know, make a little loop, a little, you know, rap beat or something on the computer and play guitar to it and then come up with words. Or sometimes it's, like you said, riding down the road, you know, just in the middle of the night waking up and dreaming a line, you know, and writing it down.
Yeah.
So there's just so many different ways. And right now I'm actually not in a funk. Right now I'm doing really, like, well, like, keep hitting these writing sessions. So I'm hoping I keep knocking them out for a while.
Well, you know, that's awesome because I think that's a real gift when you can have that just constant flow of songwriting. Because, you know, for one thing, it gives you lots of material to build on for future albums. You know, and I know a lot of songwriters, you know, they have their periods where they write, and then they have periods where they can't because it's writer's block or what have you. But it sounds like that flow is just kind of constantly going for you, and you don't have a whole lot of that, which is awesome. Now, that album that you're talking about, do you have kind of projected date of when that is expected to be released?
Not 100%. We kind of have an idea. I mean, when we cut an album, it takes we take our time on it. I don't use, you know, a lot of people use studio musicians. I actually use my own band, my own guys, my own team of people, because we're completely independent. You know, we don't have a big record deal. I mean, we don't have a lot of money behind it. So I mean, we're doing it real independent. We take our time on it. So I mean, we'll probably be cutting this album throughout the summer, but because it's got such a summer vibe to it, we're kind of wanting to put it out beginning of next year, you know, for spring break and the whole new summer. So I'm hoping to maybe be able to release a little early, or, like, you know, do something, maybe release a couple off the album, but we'll see. We don't have a for sure, though. We don't.
Well, you know, that's a great thing that I've noticed about music in general, is that now with social media being what it is, and you've got iTunes, and that's just become such a great medium for singer-songwriters to release their music to, single at a time. I think that's awesome because that keeps, you know, especially if you're not ready to release a full-length album, but you kind of have the material together for an EP or a couple singles. I mean, that really just keeps you releasing something new for the fans, you know, on a regular basis. And I'm sure it probably, hopefully, takes some of the pressure off of, you know, oh gosh, I've got to write this, I've got to get this album out because I haven't had anything out in 2 years, you know. And that's kind of the way music used to be way back in the day. So I think it's really cool now the way the music industry has changed and kind of gravitated towards, and it's no longer taboo to just release a single. You know, it's really a cool thing.
Yeah, and that's what we've been kind of trying to do since this EP is. I've been bugging the crap out of my manager Weston and all my guys. I'm like, we got to keep something going out. I want something constantly, you know, something new for the fans every month, you know, until this album's released. That's why we decided to put out Summertime Beat. I mean, we literally wrote it, and a week later made that, you know, quick little demo of it. You know, of course, on the album, it'll be full band. It'll be a lot bigger. But that was something I wanted to do is make an acoustic mix of one of our songs, put it out for free download. And we also have I don't know if you saw, we have T-shirts with some of the lyrics from Summertime Beat that are for sale on Twitter. And like I said, I think it's going to be out for like 25 days or something. I don't know how long. It's limited edition shirts and tank tops and stuff. But like you said, it's just something else we're trying to do. Probably next we'll do another acoustic song, or, you know, some kind of merch to put out. Keep the fans interested. Keep them seeing that we're thinking about them.
Yeah, and I love the saying on that shirt, life's like a wave. Sometimes you got to roll with it, and that is so true. And I love that, you know, great lyric in a song, but a real truism in life too, you know. And also, I'm going to throw it out there at you. We will put a link to that on our website so that anyone that visits our site can go. There'll be directly linked to your site. You can go and, pick it up there off of your site, but at least we'll advertise it and let everyone know that this is a limited edition, but hey, you better get it while you can,
Yeah.
So we'll certainly be glad to do that. Now, I have to ask you, because I know that this is probably questions you get all the time, but what was it like for you when you found out you were going to open for Florida Georgia Line?
Oh, that was awesome. They just come out with Cruise, and I think it just hit number one. So I mean, they were just getting super big and hot, and I still didn't expect to see as many fans as we had at that show. I mean, our show was really just kind of thrown together last minute because we got the show last minute. So, and we had a new band member too. So I mean, we just threw it together, and we got to the show. We had fun playing cornhole and stuff backstage, and then they fed us. And what was funny, when we rode back, they brought us to the stage on the golf cart, police escort, and I was thinking, man, this is really seems like a big deal. And we yeah. So we roll around to the side, and we see 5,000 plus head out there standing up, and I was like, wow. Okay, all right, these are the big hitters, boys. Let's be on our game here.
Yeah, no pressure, right?
And actually, right before we went on, it killed me. Right before we went on, their manager ran up to, I think his name's Seth, and he's like, "Man, just making sure about y'all's covers. What y'all's covers y'all are playing?" So we told him. He's like, "Oh, Dirt Road Anthem, we do that. You can't do that." And I was like, "Oh, okay." So Tyler was standing right there. I was like, "Man, I mean, it's kind of in our set, and I have my own little rap because we have a remix to Dirt Road Anthem we do." And he's like, "Man, do your thing, brother. Do your thing." And he's like,
"Don't listen to my man.
Super.
Do your thing."
Yeah, he's super cool about it. He's like, "We'll do something different. Just do your thing, bro." So that show went awesome.
Cool. Wow, and I mean, people love Florida Georgia Line, and yes, they've gotten so huge, and it's an interesting story about them. I was talking with Adam Sanders recently, and he and
that's a buddy of mine.
Oh, you know Adam? Then you know the story about the Saturday Song Day, right?
I think so. I think I know which one you're talking about.
Oh, well, he shared the story that Saturday Song Day consisted of he and Cole Swindell, the guys from Florida Georgia Line, and Dustin Lynch, and a few others. And back in the day when none of them had record deals, they were all just kind of sitting around at Cole's house on Saturdays, and all they would do is write songs, play songs, and share each other's music with one another. Kind of like you and Johnny T collaborate, just for fun. At the time, he said it was just a hobby. And they all would sit around and talk about, never envisioning that any of them would have record deals and be as big as they are. And he said, it's just mind-blowing now. He said he and Cole were recently talking about, I asked him, I said, have you guys ever thought about trying to, put something together, and if nothing else, just get together once a year and just do it for fun? And he goes, man, if we could, we would, because our schedules are all so crazy. But that was just such a neat little kind of behind the scenes before they were big kind of story that I thought was just uber awesome, because, I'm sure every one of you have stories like that are probably some of the greatest memories of your early days in music, And
some good stories, some super crazy that only you and that person would know. Yeah.
Yeah. Now I understand you also had the opportunity to open up for Dustin Lynch, which I'm sure was just an awesome, experience, just as much as opening for Florida Georgia Line.
Yeah, it was awesome. That was actually down in Jacksonville, Florida, actually the area I'm from. So actually pulled in a decent crowd. And Adam Sanders texted me a couple of days ago. I think we're trying to get on at Mavericks sometime in August. So that'd be really cool, because he's from that area too. He's from Lake City, Florida, which is literally 15, 25 minutes down the road from where I grew up. So that's kind of how I got in contact with Adam a few years ago, and we've been friends since. And he just texted me.
You never knew each other before the days of Nashville, but now you're great friends, and I think that's just so awesome. And I told Adam, and you need to get in on this deal too. I told Adam when he was talking about he and Cole had dinner, and they were talking about how they would love to get together and get the guys together for old time's sake. And I said, you know what you need to do? And he said, what's that? Now, you go ahead and take this idea as well. I said, you guys, all of you, need to plan a summer tour in the near future, next year maybe, and call it the Saturday Song Day Boys of Summer Tour. I said, you call Florida Georgia Line, any of those guys you collaborated with, old and new, and just have a big tour. I said, you'd sell out every arena. He goes, you might be onto something. I said, just remember the name of the radio show. Giving him a hard time. But, seriously, that would be a music fan's dream come true, to see all of you guys doing your thing in one concert. That would be awesome.
Oh, it'd be a blast.
You couldn't have an arena big enough. You'd have to hold them in football stadiums, to tell you the truth.
Big cornfields. Like a farm tour, like Luke Bryan.
No doubt about it. So you're working on the album, and, I have to admit, I saw that you were actually going to be down in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, coming up in about 2 days. And I must tell you, I wish you were going to be there next week, because I'm going to be down in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina next week. I would sure come out. Oh,
no.
Live. Oh, yes, I would. What a great show that's going to be.
I think Ricky, I'm moving up from my buddy Ricky Young, and I think he plays there quite a good bit. And we actually just started writing, hanging out a little bit, and awesome dude. And I think he had made a comment he was going to try to get me on more shows over there in that area some more, because I've actually never been to Myrtle Beach, but I've heard how awesome it is, so I'm pretty excited.
Well, let me tell you, Myrtle Beach is the beach of the South, man. It is, you got your Florida beaches. Okay, I've been to Florida once in my life, and that was when I was so small I can't even remember it hardly. But I'm telling you, up in this part of the South, I'm from North Carolina, but, North Carolina, South Carolina is each, 6 one, half dozen the other. But, man, Myrtle Beach is the happening place. I hope you're going to be there several days, because there's so much to do there. And, man, the places to just go and listen to music, and it's amazing. It really is a great place. I love to go there to the beach. That's hands down my favorite beach to go to in this part of the world. So
that's awesome.
You're going to love it.
I think we're going to be there Friday night, and I think we're going to be on a lake all day Saturday, wakeboarding, hanging out and partying. And I'm actually riding with him, or knowing me, I'd probably end up staying for 7 days.
Yeah, really. I mean, you need to, because I'm telling you, it is not the kind of thing where you just go play and then you just, okay, I'm going to pull up, stop, and go to my next. I mean, it really, you need to just set aside, carve out a couple of days to just hang out there, enjoy the beach, and do eat at some of the great restaurants, and just check out Myrtle Beach, man. It's awesome. It really is. And so, yeah, I'm going to be there next weekend, latter half of next week into the weekend. So I'm looking forward to it. I haven't been to the beach this summer, and you can't get here soon enough. Summer's always.
So you're just going to vacation?
Just going on vacation, man. But I tell you, I wish I was
awesome.
going this week, leaving tomorrow, going this week instead of next Thursday, because I'd sure check you out, down there at the boathouse. So that'll be a great show, and it'll draw a great crowd, because that beach is always buzzing, for lack of a better word, in the summertime down there. You see what I did there? So
I saw what you did there.
Yeah, I see. That was really not intentional, I promise you. It just kind of popped in my head. But seriously, it's a great venue, and I think you will find that, there's a lot of great places down there. Not only Myrtle, but there's, Surfside Beach, there's Garden City Beach. I mean, it's just several beaches all kind of put together that kind of within driving distance of Myrtle. So, and lots of places to pick and choose from as far as playing. So check out some of those venues down there, and maybe we'll get you back down. And we got to get you into North Carolina too. You can't come to South Carolina and be this close and not come into North Carolina and play some venues as well.
I'm looking forward to it. We're trying right now. I actually don't have a booking agency behind me, so any kind of booking that gets done with us, it's through me or friends, and just like with Ricky or Adam telling me, hey, I'm gonna get you on a show. It's like everything we do is through friends, so that's why I don't have a whole lot of dates right now. But I'm hoping to get with we got a few things in the works right now. We're hoping to take place pretty soon, because I'm ready to get on the road. I'm ready to make friends and meet the friends that I got on Twitter.
Oh, yeah, and believe me, it's going to happen, my friend. You're just an incredibly talented songwriter and awesome performer, great singer, and you've got everything going for you. So I'd be terribly surprised if it didn't happen, and I know it's going to, because just great talent that you are. And, of course, we'll do everything we can. And in fact, I will shoot you an email with some potential venues here in North Carolina that you may, if you're ever passing through, you may want to check out, call, or, or if you know some of your friends that are playing these venues already, you maybe can make some connections, because there's some great places here in the state that, in some of the bigger cities that would be awesome to play at. So
absolutely.
I'll certainly do that for
it.
you. Well, I tell you, what else is going on besides you're doing some touring and you've got the album? Is there anything else new you want to share with us before we wrap?
Let's see. I don't want to say no right now, because knowing me, I'll hang up and I'll remember 7 different things.
Well,
I mean, that's pretty much it. Just the few shows we got coming up. I mean, I got one down in Baker, Florida, where I'm from. I'm headlining a fair down there, I think September 27th. But other than that, I mean, we're just staying busy, just getting this album ready for you guys. I mean, it's going to be a good one, I can promise you.
Oh, if your music that we're hearing now is any indication, I know it's going to be good. I mean, hands down, it's going to be good. And we will, we're going to keep bugging Sirius and say, look, you got to get Blaire on the highway. They're just hands down, you got to do that. I mean,
that's the thing with Sirius XM. I noticed it's like the fans, that tweet them, like they actually listen to these Twitter fans that are tweeting them and telling them, play new artists, and then next thing you know, a couple months later, that artist is on XM the highway.
Well,
and
they're
changing the game.
Well, they really are, and the thing I love about Sirius XM is they being a national broadcasting medium that's heard nationwide, as big as Sirius as a whole is. I mean, what the highway is doing for indie artists and unsigned artists like yourself is incredible. That's kind of what our show strives to do, but we're on such a smaller scale. I mean, we're nowhere close to Sirius, but I love the fact that someone who has a national audience of millions is stepping out and taking advantage of the fact that there's a lot of untapped talent that's never before been heard and just needs the platform. And that's what's given a lot of these unsigned artists a chance to really be heard and get their music out there. And I applaud them, and I'm always talking about them on our shows, because it's, we want people to listen to us, but I really admire them for taking that risk, because mainstream radio will not do it for whatever reason. They just won't, and I think they're doing a huge disservice to artists like yourself, and they're missing out too, as well as the listening audience is. So serious, it's a good thing that they're doing. Well, Blaire, we're so excited for you, and I can't wait to see what's going to come. I'm looking forward to the new album, but in the meantime, we will continue to play your music, promote it, and do anything we can for you to help you be heard, because you definitely are an artist that needs to be heard, my friend.
That is what's up. I appreciate it so much. Thank y'all for having me, and if I'm ever in y'all's area, I'll definitely stop by, play live on the air, meet you guys, in person, and definitely check out some venues around you guys. Meet my North Carolina friends.
That's right, and I'll treat you to some North Carolina barbecue, because it doesn't get any better than North Carolina barbecue here. So
I love me some barbecue.
Well, there you go. Well, thank you so much for being our special guest. It has been a blast, and we will definitely be seeing you out on the road. And take care, and let us know if there's anything at all we can do for you.
Absolutely. Thank y'all.
All right. Have a great evening.
You too.
All right. Good night. That is probably one of the coolest dudes I've ever talked to. He is just phenomenal. And before we wrap, we're going to play some songs from Blaire Hanks, so that if you've never heard his music, you will get a real feel for how he is as an artist. And, who knew? He co-wrote the song Buzzin' by Johnny T. And if you're a Johnny T fan and you love that song as much as I do, and we do here at Rockin' Country, I'm telling you, you're going to love Blaire Hanks, because his writing style, his music style is really relevant to today's country music, and it is so good. And so I'm a huge fan. I could talk to him for hours. He is really a cool dude. He would be fun to hang out with too, no doubt. But as we close our show tonight, I want to thank Blaire again for being our special guest, and many, many thanks to all of you. Again, we apologize for the technical difficulties at the beginning. Glad we got those squared away so that we could have our show tonight. But thank you so much for hanging in there with us, and just really hanging around so we could do our interview with Blaire. And as we wrap tonight, we're going to play a couple songs from his latest EP, also the new one that's on his website. To check Blaire out, just go to his website, blairehanks.com, and you can also find him on Twitter and Facebook at Blaire Hanks. Go follow him, go like his page, but more importantly, if you like his music, go to iTunes and download it, because he is an independent artist. He doesn't have a major record label backing him, and your support is what allows him to continue making great music and doing all, really staying in the game and getting it out there so he can be heard and really grow and develop as his musical journey continues. So without further ado, we're going to kick things off with his summer anthem called Summertime Beat. We'll follow that up with his first debut single, Show You Off, his latest single, Staying In, and we'll wrap up with a song called Love Like That. So for Rock and Country Radio, wishing you all a wonderful evening. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm your host, DJ Delta Dawn, signing off, wishing you a wonderful evening, and we'll see you back here again tomorrow night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Take care, all. Good night.
Clocking out as the time clock. Trucks gassed up, boats floating at the boat dock. Bob Marley bumping on the radio. One love hand serving out the window. Sip of wine, sunshine. A high little number and a pickup line. Yeah, alright. Let's go, let's go. It's gonna be a good night. Come on, come on. Down by the high tide sand line showing. Stronger, lose track of time, lose track in time. Cobble wobble on the rocks, get you feeling alright. Floating like a lime in your margarita. Soft air kisses never tasted sweeter. Life's like a wave, sometimes you gotta roll with it. Surf's up, baby, throw your hands up and go with it. Let's go, it's gonna be a good night. Come on, come on, down by the high tide sand line showing. Drinks already flowing, BYOB, everybody's going. String of lights from a palm tree sway. Jacked up Jeep, backed up, let the music play. 212, rattle in the backseat. Pretty girls dancing in the sand to the summertime beat, beat, beat. Summertime beat, beat. Bodies banging to the summertime beat, beat, beat. Let's go, it's gonna be a good night. Come on, down by the high tide tan line showing. Drinks already flowing, BYOB. Let's go, it's gonna be a good night. Come on, down by the high tide tan line showing. Drinks already flowing, BYOB. Everybody's going. String of lights from a palm tree sway. Jacked up Jeep, backed up, let the music play. 212, rattle in the backseat. Pretty girls dancing in the sand to the summertime beat, beat, beat. See girl, summertime beat, beat. Bodies banging to the summertime beat, beat, beat. Hands up. Baby, it's the way that you're singing my songs. Looking so fine with my ball cap on. Playing my guitar upside down. My rock star baby jumping on the couch singing. Whoa, a little out of key, it don't matter to me. Singing, whoa, get ready baby, we're going out tonight and we'll roll around. rocking. That fresh tattoo, it's got the whole town talking. Whoa, looking too good not to go somewhere. Whoa, come on, baby, won't you ride over here and we'll roll around town with the windows down, shotgun DJ, turn the music loud. Feel good Friday night coming on. Baby, I just wanna show you all. Tailgate dropping with a bunch of friends. A nice cold beer in my lips, finger in my ride. Love the way you turn me on. Baby, I just wanna show you all. Baby, I just wanna show you all. Looking too good not to go somewhere. Whoa. Damn. Roll around town with the windows down. Shotgun DJ, turn the music loud. Feel good Friday night coming on. Baby, I just wanna show you all. Tailgate dropping with a bunch of friends. A nice cold beer in my lips, finger in my ride. Love the way you turn me on. Baby, I just wanna show you all. Baby, I just wanna show you all. Hey girl, you're looking so fine. Little too good to take out tonight. Hey, baby, what'd you say? We just leave that truck parked out in the driveway. I got a bottle of Fireball in the cabinet. Relax, baby, I could grab it. Pour it on strong, mix it up sweet. Burn a couple candles, just you and me. Pull the shades and turn the lights down low. It's our private party, no one's gotta know. We can sing and dance like your favorite California band. You and me, there's no chance. This is gonna end, we'll go all night. Feel so right. Got nothing but time, so let's take our time and take it slow. Got nowhere to go. Loving but let it flow. That's what I like, so nothing like staying in tonight, yeah. We're staying in tonight, yeah. Check it out. Baby, lock the door, turn off the cell phone. If anybody knocks, there ain't nobody home. Let's get a little naughty, no one's gotta know. Lose the dress, God bless, now we're all alone, yeah. We can sing and dance like your favorite California band. You and me, there's no chance. This is gonna end, we'll go all night. Feel so right. Got nothing but time, so let's take our time and take it slow. Got nowhere to go. Loving but let it flow. That's what I like, so nothing like staying in tonight, yeah. We can sing and dance like our favorite California band. You and me, there's no chance. This is gonna end, we'll go all night. Feel it feels so right. Got nothing but time, so let's take our time and take it slow. Got nowhere to go. Loving but let it flow. That's what I like, so nothing like staying and dance like your favorite California band. You and me, there's no chance. This is gonna end, we'll go all night. Feel it feels so right. Got nothing but time, so let's take our time and take it slow. Got nowhere to go. Loving but let it flow. That's what I like, so nothing like staying in tonight. Got a bottle of Fireball. We're staying running around on you again. A woman like you deserves so much better than staying up all night wondering why he ain't calling back, thinking that someday maybe he'll change and it won't hurt as bad. You've been walked on, let down, cheated, lied to. Baby, don't you know love ain't gotta be like that. Whoa, love ain't gotta be like, look at you, girl, calling me at 2 a.m., hurting, crying, same old story, same old hymn. Keep talking, I'm listening, girl, I know you've had enough, so come over if you're over him, and that kind of love. Staying up all night wondering why he ain't calling back, thinking that someday maybe he'll change and it won't hurt as bad. You've been walked on, let down, cheated, lied to. Baby, don't you know love ain't gotta be like that. Whoa, love ain't gotta be like that. Staying up all night wondering why he ain't calling back, thinking that someday maybe he'll change and it won't hurt as bad. You've been walked on, let down, cheated, lied to. Baby, don't you know love ain't gotta be like that. Whoa, love ain't gotta be like that. Whoa, whoa, yeah.
Check out Rockin' Country Radio on the web. Find us at rockincountryradio.com, on Twitter at rockin_CTRY, and on Facebook at Rockin' Country Radio.